Hey, JD. We've been talking about Spider-Man 2 for I guess like 2 years now on the show, and you never had a PlayStation 5 and you just weren't going to get one. And now the game is out for everyone
That's
listening right
that's
now.
not that's not true. I never said I was never going to get one.
Well,
I
just you
said
you didn't
when the
have one
PS5
actually.
when the PS5 launched, I said I'm not going to get it at launch. It was impossible to get anyway. But I've
Yeah.
had PS2, PS3, PS4. I'm a PlayStation guy.
Okay.
My dad had PS1 back in the day. So I was like I said I'll get the PS5 when a Spider-Man bundle comes out. So unfortunately, it fortunately, it finally came and payment came due.
Yeah, how much?
$593 and
Ooh,
47 cents.
everyone who's going to be playing Spider-Man 2 technically paid around that price too for the PlayStation the game. So it's
Yeah,
just
this
so
game.
sudden for
Nope.
you.
You know what I did? You know what I did?
Well, you
I traded
robbed a
in my
place, right?
I traded in my PS4 Pro and got $300 knocked off the
I
PS5.
I probably should have done that. I didn't
You
really
should
think
have,
about
you
that.
stupid bitch.
My PS3 and PS4 are just sitting back at
Sorry.
home.
Sorry.
That was mean. That was cruel.
That was a little
Anyway,
mean.
ahoy. I'm Harper, also known as Harper.
I'm Hunter, also known as Hunter.
And I'm History of the Flash, but you could call me
Oh, I
JD.
forgot I'm comic. Okay.
Yeah, you're comic book hunter. Dude,
Dude, I
dude,
thought Hunter, I thought you
dude.
were retiring. I thought you were just like calling it quits. I thought that was a goodbye
Dude,
post.
I'm
I
Hunter,
was
also
hoping it
Hunter.
was.
I know.
Honestly, I was hoping
Crossing your fingers. Yeah, I was
yeah.
too making it.
For
There's so many
context,
drops.
Hunter posted like a 7 year post, 7 years,
Yeah, 7.
and it was like,
You're
"Hey, I've been
you're
doing this
like
for
at
7 years, and I still suck."
Hunter, if you retired from Instagram, it would be literally like the end of Return of the Jedi, where it's just panning around to all the do do do, and they're all cheering. Woo! They're like taking down the statue on Coruscant and shit. That'd be.
But I'm not
Yeah,
like Obi-Wan watching or Anakin watching. I'm Anakin burning.
yeah.
Yeah. You're the burning. Yeah, you're the burning body of Darth Vader on a
And
pyre.
I would
Yeah.
be Luke looking off in the distance, and Harper would show up as a ghost.
I'll be Lando
Yeah.
clapping at the back. You know, he's
What?
doing that weird little clap.
That's random. I
Do you
figured
not?
you kind of look more like an Ewok with that haircut and beard and short stature.
Oh.
So I just assumed that you'd be an Ewok.
Yeah, you are like Ewok size.
Okay, well,
Harper,
Harper in canon, Harper is 5'1". Yes or no?
I thought he was shorter.
canon,
Ultimate Universe, he's like 4'10", but in canon, 616, he's
Okay.
5'1".
He played
Oh,
all
wow.
the extra hobbits in Lord of the Rings. They just
Yeah.
like had him sit in different places, and then
And for
cut 'em all
Halloween, didn't he
together.
say he was going as Napoleon?
Yeah, that's right. You're promoting Napoleon for like the new movie coming out. Like you'll be at like baseball games in the crowd and everything, and you'll just see the top of your head behind
Yeah.
like the chair in front of you. Like Napoleon in theaters,
Yes.
November 7th or whatever.
Yes.
Sorry, we're just making fun of you. You're just taking it.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
We got a lot of comic
I'm
stuff.
I'm used to taking some hard knocks from big boys.
Pause.
Pause. I'm sorry.
Resume. We have a lot of comics
Whoa.
this week. We're going to break through New York Comic Con. We're going to go through comics. We got World's Finest number 20. Harper, 20 issues in. We asked you to read this at 7
And he
issues
still
in.
won't.
What is this series? What is that?
Oh,
It's written
no.
by Mark Wade and
Oh,
Dan
no.
Mora. I need more of that.
I don't want to reach for the
Superman number
camera.
7 and 850 legacy number. Nightwing number 107. We got Miles Morales number something, whatever came out this week. Moon Knight number 28 or 29, and Daredevil number 2. And JD, you have others too, right?
I had Jay Garrick, The Flash, number 1,
Oh yeah, Jeremy Adams. Yeah.
and Titans, number 4.
Oh yeah,
The
Titans is
Rise
still a thing.
of Amanda Waller.
Can you believe Titans started in May and we're at issue 4 in October?
Can you believe Amanda Waller is a Titans villain? Titans villain?
Yeah, yeah, that's disappointing. But yeah, we'll go through all that. Also, if you're listening to this, what are you doing? Why aren't you playing Spider-Man? Maybe you're like past JD who didn't have a PS5. In that
Or
case,
maybe
I'm sorry.
they're web swinging and just listening in the background.
Oh yeah, oh that'd be fun.
Like you're doing some side quests, beating up some guys.
Harper, you have a question?
What episode is this?
249.
Oh no.
Oh fuck! Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
I shit you
no.
not.
Are you fucking serious? JD,
shit
have
you
we
not.
made any headway on the thing?
I sent a follow-up and
You got a reply,
Um,
which is good. You did get a reply.
Heroes of a listener story. No, listeners here.
heroes of a hero story.
Oh, people, if you're listening right now, next week, I don't know if there'll be a podcast. It might be a
But
Timmy's. It might be a Halloween special, which was fun. We
oh,
did
that'd
that
be
last week.
perfect. That actually
It
be
would be
perfect.
it would be perfect timing. But things might get a little bit messy the next couple weeks because
Yeah.
we're trying to make 250 actually 250 and not like 253. So bear with us. And stay tuned because
We
we've got
do
some good
have a
things coming
plan.
your
We have an
way.
idea. It's just it takes a bit more things
We
to
have a
line
plan
up.
and we have like the actual means to execute it. It's just a matter of it actually happening.
Yeah.
And it could
exactly.
happen next week or it could happen in like a month from now.
Well,
But
it could happen a year from now.
we still plan on putting
Imagine.
out content pretty much every week. We're just going to be doing like Timmy's Talk, Dungeons and Dragons, possibly. We might do a watch party. We're thinking about doing a Venom watch party. Maybe we'll upload a separate
That's right.
video on its own of just the four of us, Tyler included, just reviewing Spider-Man 2 once we beat that, maybe in like a week or two. So yeah, we'll still be putting out stuff all the time. And for Spotify listeners and everything, we'll probably put most of this on the audio services as well. Usually for these side stuff, we stick to YouTube, but since it might be 7 years before 250 happens.
Like the second Halloween special, much like the first, will be on everything if we do.
Yes.
And we
Yeah.
should.
We should. Yeah. Maybe we'll do
we
a
should-
Star Wars thing, even though last week's podcast was kind of that.
Yeah. Oh, when we
You know,
we had
by the way, I was made fun of quite a bit on the podcast. I feel like I have like some
How are you made fun of? How are you made fun of?
Tyler literally made fun of me that I delay the podcast and drink tea, which is true, but it still
Yeah, I was gonna
hurts.
say, where is
And
he?
And listen, no lies were told, but it still hurt.
Okay.
do you want
Hunter
him to
made fun
say?
of me too, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
did? I don't think so. I would never.
I'm pretty
No.
sure. You know, who really listened to the Hunter part of that? You know, I mean,
I
that's,
did.
that's where you just end the episode.
I listened to that episode again, and like it absolutely scaffolds for me. JD, you are by far my least favorite, and then it just gets.
Are you kidding me?
No, what? It's
Was that your
great even
favorite
though-
then?
It was fun to talk about. Maybe I don't know.
No. It's cool, Harper. It's cool. I mean, it's not
I'm
like I
not trying to
introduced you.
pick-
It's not like I. No. It's not like I introduced you to the group, and it's not like I brought you in when you were just a humble personal account talking to me about Savitar. No. Let's
Hey,
forget about
hey,
all that.
Also,
Let's-
JD
hey,
got
hey.
Harper back into comics on his segment in a way.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, fuck Harper. We hate him.
Like Harper, what
Hey,
did you think? of
I'm
this
sorry.
week's
I didn't
Superman?
realize Tyler and Hunter made you lose 37 pounds. I didn't realize that.
That's true. They did not do that, did they?
He's got his going with orange
So-
today.
JD,
The orange one's all right.
JD.
Pinky up.
Do you like A New Hope?
You could New Hope my nuts.
Oh,
that doesn't work.
it
JD, do you
doesn't.
like-
but why
like
was I
A New Hope?
impressed by that? That wouldn't make any
No, I
sense.
don't like A New Hope.
Really?
Yeah, we've talked about the literally
Yeah,
Star
we
Wars
have.
episodes 1. I said like A New Hope is like mid no cap.
Well, it's not
fussing at
mid.
all.
It's just more like once. For me, it's like
I can't watch it. I get
can't
so
watch it.
fucking bored.
Well, I'm not bored. It's just because it's so much like here's the Star Wars universe, and now after so long, I'm like, yeah, I know. Like
I told you, I'd rather watch The Phantom Menace than A New Hope, and I know you guys will shit on that, but I don't care.
All right. Well, moving on.
New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
That happened. So I marked down some of the news.
There's one thing in particular I'm so excited about.
We'll kind of go through them, all the things I marked down. If I missed something, you guys can feel free to bring it up. I'm sure you've seen a lot of it, but we'll start
Oh
with
shit, Hunter! Wait, I want to do timestamps. Can you tell me what we're at right now?
Hey, look,
In
everyone,
the episode,
if you look at the description, see
Just during.
timestamps.
Yeah,
Success.
I'm gonna do a timestamp.
But if there's no timestamps, then this did not
I will
work.
do it.
9 minutes, 16 seconds, 9 minutes, 17
Perfect.
seconds, 9 minutes, 18 seconds.
Perfect.
There you go. We'll see if that actually happens. But yeah, we're
I
gonna
might
go
fuck it
into New York Comic Con news.
when did our boy Sean stop doing the timestamps? We need him back.
I think he became a host for the time when JD went missing. Where'd he go?
I
He
was
in
in
the
witness
In the
protection
dark
program.
days, that's right.
This was before the quantum realm missing too. This was like, I think he was just like,
I'll still never forgive you for that episode where it was just you, and I thought it was just you for the whole thing, and then you had Sean and that. What's the other? I've actually forgotten what's his name.
I don't know what
Drew.
you're referring to.
Drew. Yeah, Drew.
Oh,
We
my
were just
Hulk
talking about
2003 review. Yeah.
Yeah, that pissed me off when I watched that and I saw what that episode became. Like the Lost episode pales in it, like it's not even close.
I beg
Oh,
to differ.
No, the
that
last episode's way worse.
like I'd be willing to concede that this is actually episode 248 because that Hulk episode is the worst thing I've legitimately
Okay, here's the thing.
ever
Here's the
seen in my
thing. The
life.
Hulk episode is like, okay, here's an awkward review of an old movie. The last episode, that was in public. Harper, you be in jail.
I wouldn't be in. Why would I be? I wasn't the reason that it went to shit. Oh, I was because I kept putting Marge Simpson's. I kept putting Marge Simpson's ass in the background.
Yeah.
I wonder if I still have. I wonder if I still have Marge Simpson saved.
Don't.
as a
New York
photo.
Comic Con.
we don't need
I
another
wonder
one. We
if
don't need
I've
another
got
one.
it. I wonder if
We
don't need another one.
I don't.
Okay, so this is kind of in random order, but we'll start with Avengers Twilight was a series announced, written by Chip Zdarsky. It's a story.
I swear
that
this
takes
was
place in
announced
the future.
before. I swear this was announced before New York Comic Con.
This is the first
Like, I
I've
know you
heard of
put
it.
this in the New York Comic Con. I swear this was announced before.
I don't.
I'm like 99% sure this was in like solicitations because I said this is like Justice League Last Ride, but Marvel.
Oh, maybe it wasn't a solicitation, but
So
this is the first I've heard of it.
I remember hearing this before New York Comic Con, unless I'm just psychic.
Maybe you are. For those who don't know, it's a story in the future where there's no need for superheroes anymore. There's no villains around. Everyone's living kind of a good life. It's very cyberpunk-esque. Technology has kind of invaded everything. If you look up like Future City and you get like those stock images of like a sci-fi world, that's basically what the world is. Thanks, Harper.
Can we not
I'm a
do the? Can we
hero
not do the
story.
background?
I'm a hero story.
No, it's honestly it's painful to watch when you.
It
have a
hurts the
background.
eyes.
It's terrible.
Why?
At least you're not wearing a dark
My
clothes.
parents watch the podcast on a TV. You know how painful seeing a 40-inch version of you is.
40-inch version flickering, and his
I
parents
mean,
are
he's
like,
already 40
how
inches
do you-
tall in
how do
real
you think-
life, but
How do you think the ladies feel, JD, when they need to see a bloody 40-inch version of me, mate? You're bloody, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. All right, never mind.
Harper,
background.
you're hurting JD's retired father's eyes.
Fine. Oh,
Aven-
no.
no background. Stop.
He's
with the
right
background.
behind me, isn't he? Oh no.
Oh,
okay,
that's so funny. Can we
okay.
kick him out? Can we kick him out?
You're on
the
strike.
output.
You're on strike 1 right now. I'll give you 3 strikes. Yeah. So be careful, because I might get
What did
angry
I-
and just let you go immediately.
Hulk already pissed him off that you
Yeah,
shit on
Hulk's
his Hulk.
that is the
That no, I actually like I wanted to stop being friends with you once I saw that, Hunter. Like I was so mad. I was so mad about it.
understandable. I've already lost so many people because of that episode in real life.
As
I'll
you
be like, hey, I'm on a
should. Like-
podcast, and I'll show them, be like, oh, check it out, and then I don't hear from them again.
That's when your
You-
parents left, right? When Hulk's Hulk came out.
Yeah. You know, Hulk's Hulk was a different episode. That was Hulk 2003 review. But we do have
Oh,
an episode
whatever,
called Hulk's
whatever.
Hulk. and it's
I forgot
like-
about that.
Whatever.
The thumbnail is just like the Hulk like coming out of Hulk, and it's just JD like in the corner of the thumbnail. That's
great
what I was
thumbnail.
making it.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Avengers Twilight, and the only hero remaining is Captain America. There will be more, but Captain America is kind of like the only one around right now, and there's still some crime, so he's stopping it on his own. Yeah, I mean, the premise sounds interesting. The art looks good. I don't think I'd read it, to be honest.
No, I mean maybe on Marvel Unlimited, like if I heard it was good, you know, I'd go back,
Yeah.
But it's to me, is that not like a generic story that we've seen a lot, like the futuristic city, the no need for heroes? Like, is that not Ben Percy's Green Arrow?
It's also Fourth Dimension in Scott Snyder's Justice League.
Like it feels like a
Yeah.
story that's been done a million times. I don't know.
Yeah, now it's Captain America, which could be cool. And the fact that it's on a Captain America story, it's an Avengers story, so we'll see more. Could be cool. But yeah, it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, I have to read this. And even though Zdarsky, his Batman has made me kind of like, I don't know. So I don't know. We'll see. Marvel's 2024 event is going to be called Blood Hunt. It's by Jed McKay. He's been setting it up in his Moon Knight run. It's about all the vampires kind of take over, and there's more and more it's like Secret Invasion of Vampires. More and more vampires start to appear around the world, and they all come together and attack. The main characters of this are seem to be the Avengers, along with Miles Morales and Blade. Not Moon Knight for some reason, even though he's setting that up in Moon Knight. But
wait, so you said it's gonna be like Secret Invasion? So like, are people gonna be like hiding, like Vampires Among Us type thing?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Among Us.
There you go.
I
was
knew
waiting
you were
for it.
gonna say that.
You
you got to say something to get his attention span going. You know, when Tyler's not here, the fourth box should be Subway Surfer gameplay.
Subway Surfer. I was just thinking that. Bro.
That would be kind of cool.
Like I'm out of it until like you say a buzzword. Like you guys will be like, yeah, Green Lantern. Harper's gone. Grand Admiral Thrawn, and I'll be like, whoa.
Were you the
Like
Minecraft
a dog.
parkour? But yeah, it is like vampires are hiding. You don't know if one's a vampire or not unless you see their teeth, or obviously if they're exposed to sunlight.
That's so stupid.
But I mean,
Well, if you make them laugh, you'll be like, oh, there he is.
You're at a
It's
comedy club and you're just like you're doing stand up. You tell a joke, and when people are laughing, you're just staring at the audience.
Yeah, you look at
that guy over there.
Everyone has fangs, though. Look.
Oh,
British people teeth.
Show me your fangs.
No.
Oh,
Nah,
Hunter, why do you not?
Yeah.
I was going to say you don't have.
Did his teeth look really flat to you?
What do I not have fangs? Why do you have fangs?
Flat,
What?
bro.
He's one of the vampires.
Wait, Harper, when was the last time you saw the sun?
What is the sun?
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Hello,
Wait, count
it
to
is
three.
me.
One.
One. Hello, it is Dracula.
Dracula.
Dracula. New guest on the podcast. Hello.
What Dracula are you from?
I am Dracula.
From?
Transylvania.
I mean, like,
stupidest bit.
what movie are you from?
Oh, Dracula Untold.
I'll be Dracula from Dracula 1932.
30 something.
30 something, I'm sure of it. I'm sure.
And I will be Dracula from
Goes.
Transylvania.
Hotel Transylvania.
Yes,
Adam Sandler.
Blah 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 blah.
Anyways, Batman.
What he says in the movie.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman issue
Alright, I already hate this.
428 is being re-released, but it's the issue where Jason Todd lives instead of dies. Back in the 80s when this happened, people voted if he would live or die, and they did make a live issue just in case it did happen. And now DC's actually going to publish that issue. Won't lead to anything. It's just kind of like a fun thing.
It's kind of amazing that it took this long to come out. Like, you think it would have been in the back of some trade or like
This-
in like.
This is what I said. This is what I said in the group chat when Tyler posted. I went, oh, they've run out. They've run out of ideas. Like, this is the end of the line for DC. They've given up. They're like this mythical thing.
There's
People are
other
like, is it
DC
real
news
or
that we're
not?
gonna get later that will also point to them running out of ideas. But
Yeah, okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, okay, I'm looking at the list right now. Yeah, maybe. Ultimate Comics are returning, and we got our first line of it. We know that the Ultimate Avengers are going to be coming out next year, but they didn't announce any creative
Right,
teams for
congrats.
it or anything like that.
That's
Congrats to them. Yeah, it's
That's
very
really
good. Yeah, but they're waiting for next year. So
Waiting for next year.
Ultimate Spider-Man, obviously we know about this one. It's going to be by Hickman. Then that comes out January 10th, so very soon. Ultimate Black Panther is going to be by Brian Hill, coming out February 7th.
I didn't know there's an Ultimate Black Panther book.
It's the first Ultimate Black Panther book, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
guess that's why we're doing news right now, isn't
Yeah.
it? So that we learn these pieces of news.
this is
That makes
new.
sense.
This is
Ultimate X-Men
Yeah.
is going to be by Peach Momoko, and she's going to be writing it and drawing it.
There's
And
no way you got that right.
I think I did. Momoko. Momoko.
Peach Momoko.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
It's
think
like a
I'm good.
variant artist. Yeah.
We didn't get any kind of updates on who's going to be in the book, what the storyline's going to be, except for Spider-Man. We got a few hints, but the X-Men 1 armor's on the cover. It was she first appeared in Astonishing X-Men by Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon character.
Oh, oh no.
She might be the star of this book instead of like your typical like Cyclops and Wolverine and so on. Black Panther, we just got to look at his suit. It looks pretty cool. There it is right there. There's a lot of purple to it.
Oh, he looks like Black Cat. He looks like male Black Cat.
You
Am
see
I
this
wrong?
and your first thought is Black Cat.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
think that.
Yeah, I think you are wrong.
How do you? What do you mean? It's like
Black
white
Cat.
and
Black Cat has like cleavage.
No,
you
like
see
video
cleavage on
game
that?
Black Cat. Video game Black Cat.
I don't see it.
You
I
think
think that
he's
looks
gonna
like
see
shit.
Spider-Man be like, "Hey, there."
I think that
Spider."
looks. I think that looks like shit. To be honest with you,
Fair
I
enough.
kind of agree.
It's a
that
little.
looks like shit.
The belt's a little
Thank you.
big. The belt's
didn't
a little
get-
big.
the bell, like all of it.
It gives me 90s vibes, like when
He
suits got outrageous.
totally does. Yeah.
It feels like that's the costume he would have had in the like the original Ultimate.
Like if you told me
Universe.
Rob Liefeld designed that, I'd be like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Oh yeah, it's just very
That's bleh.
bulky. Yeah, I see what you mean. And then Ultimate Spider-Man, we got some details coming out of the panel that happened. Oh, congratulations to them. The suit's pretty much just Spider-Man suit, so no details there. But supposedly what's going to happen is Peter Parker's going to live like a normal life up until he's in his 30s, and then the spider's going to bite him. And he's going to become Spider-Man after he's been like had a career, possibly been married to MJ, possibly had a daughter, and now he has to be this hero at like the age 35 or something. What do you guys think?
I mean, at
Yeah,
first I
well,
was like,
we talked to-
but then
we
also,
talked
like,
about this last week. So.
It's different. Like it's different. It's something different. Because my point was, what's different about this, right? You've already done 161 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man, so at least if you give me, all right, this is a way different concept. You give me something here.
He's already like
I kind of get
succeeded.
Spider-Man life story vibes because there's a bunch of issues where he's very middle-aged.
Yeah, totally.
What
But
if,
also,
okay,
like,
what if
like
like
Peter B.
instead of the
Parker.
spider bites him on the hand, it bites him on like the balls or something?
I knew you were gonna say something.
I
like
was
that.
waiting
he's
for
got
that.
real-
I was
then
You're,
he's
waiting
you're
for that.
pathetically
Then he's-
predictable.
Then he's got itchy balls for 10 issues.
But
Didn't
he
you get
no
bit- didn't you
power.
get bit by
Oh
a-
no! I've got to fight Doc Ock, but my balls are so fucking itchy. What about
Didn't
that?
Harper get bit by a rat on the balls? Didn't that happen?
No,
when you
I
became
got-
Rat Boy?
I got bit on the tip of my dick.
On the tip of your what?
Sorry. Dude, seriously, the episode before last week, I wasn't here, and then I had to pull it together for that episode where I had all three of you fuckers, and now I'm back to just I'm done. I hate this
sorry.
podcast.
Yeah,
You need a Zoa, man. You need a Zoa.
I was trying to find some Zoas in Australia. I'm gonna have to get them imported.
If
For
you
the-
find
for the
them, you
Black
have
Adam-
to try
For the
it
Black
on
Adam
the
watch
show.
party? Black Adam watch party Zoa?
Oh my god,
No,
we love Zoa. I don't know if
Little
Bradley's
Rowdy
ever
Zoa?
had it.
Legitimately, one day, I don't know if it'll be 3 weeks from now or like 3 months or 3 years, but one day I'm going to show up on this show and I'm going to crack a Zoa and you guys are going to lose your mind and
I
you will
will.
not know the pain I've gone to get there. Like,
He paid
Yeah, sure.
$100 for one can of Zoa.
Like, this
no,
was
that's what I mean. I can like import it from America, but it has to be like a box of 20 and the shipping's like $100. And I'm like,
Hell
for
yeah.
fuck's sake.
Hell yeah.
but it's a box of 20. That's like you can
I
use
don't
that.
drink energy drinks. Like, I
That
don't.
you can do 3 a day and it'll last for a while.
3 a day.
Yeah,
I like how he said it'll
almost
last
at
a
my
while.
order.
It won't even last a week if you do 3.
Yeah, like 3 a day.
Yeah, but you usually
You
when
don't
you pick
understand
up,
how good your heart will feel. Like
Hunter
you literally
math-
feel it beating out of your chest.
no, but usually when you
Hunter
pick
math
up a
is the
Zoa, you
funniest
have
thing to
like
me.
multiple.
Hunter math is very funny, isn't it?
Hunter
Yeah.
math is like, he's like, oh, well, I bought an extra comic this week, but I didn't pay my rent on time, so I saved money. And it's like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I like
No.
that Hunter doesn't have the ability to ballpark. Like, where JD, you and I could ballpark within a range of something, and Hunter will be like 10 times below or over
Yeah.
that. And we're like, what do you mean? Like,
Well,
He's
I
either
picked
10
up-
times below or 10 times above. There's no in between.
when I picked up
There's
my
no
comics the
in
other
between.
day, like all of them are saying there, and they're being scanned, and I see like oversized 100 or oversized 850 issue. What does that mean? I look and I see like the 5.99. Like, oh, 5.99. That's not that bad. It's US dollars. That's like $10.
Yeah, you idiot.
Yeah. So it was a good issue. Anyways, yeah, I guess we'll continue going through the news. What
Yeah.
were we talking about? Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Peter B. Parker as Spider-Man. I think that could be fun. I think it'll be interesting knowing that there's other heroes kind of out there in the world. He's not going to be like a brand new, well, he's going to be a brand new hero, but like superheroes aren't a new thing to him. He's been living in a world of heroes and now he has to become one after being possibly a father. So I think it could be good. Next bit of news. I just have this all separating random things. Omni-Man got a Mortal Kombat 1 trailer. Looks awesome.
What'd I do?
What do you do?
He flipped me off for no reason. What did I do?
And I said, "Fuck you, JD."
I mean, seems like little man syndrome at its best.
Oh man,
It's all right,
just
little
because
bro.
I'm
It's all right,
walking
little bro.
Phoenix in Napoleon 2023. Or
I knew
whatever
it.
year-
I knew it.
you
Look,
knew it,
man,
yeah.
we will celebrate that incredible achievement when it comes out.
Harper,
Do you guys want to hear my Napoleon
Harper
impression?
flex, Harper
Oh.
flex, Harper flex, Harper flex.
Oh shit, where's my wallet? Oh, I got a Rebel Sport season pass.
I don't even know what any of that means.
I don't know what that is.
It's a sports clothes. It's a shop. Anyway,
They sell things. They sell merchandise.
Hey, we don't talk
do.
about sports on here. We'll talk about comics.
Yeah.
I remember one
Look at
time
my-
JD said he liked baseball while recording.
it's a
I
nice
deleted the
handle.
episode.
You deleted the
Mm.
episode.
Yeah, we had to re-record because you mentioned a sport on a comic.
I do like baseball. I was watching the
Yeah.
baseball playoffs before this episode started.
30 minutes. He was just talking about the Mets, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a Yankees fan, but it's
You're a
cool.
Yankees fan. How about you yank these nuts?
Okay,
yes.
that actually made
finally got
sense.
one.
That actually made sense. Yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
Can we
Omni-Man
kick him
Mortal
now?
Kombat
Strike
1
two.
trailer.
Strike two.
That is
No,
strike
no,
two.
no.
That is strike two.
I know baseball. I need 3 of them to fuck off, right?
You're at 2. That's not great. You're down on 2 in the
Oh,
count.
good boy. That's a really good
Yeah,
boy.
you gotta. That means stop now.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it. Hunter, lip off
Yeah.
again, mate, and I'll stop you right now.
Is that strike 3?
No.
We'll give him that one. We'll give him
Okay. Omni-Man, Mortal Kombat 1 trailer. It recreates scenes from Invincible. It looks awesome. It's very cool. I'm a fighting game fan. Tyler is too, but Tyler is missing. So where is Tyler?
He's swinging webs through Times Square right now.
In real life?
For real life. Yeah, he's practicing for the game.
Okay. So for some reason when you said the game, I just thought the Mets game. I don't even watch baseball.
The Mets, baby.
Okay, fun. Okay, this is a fun. Do you guys care if I say an achievement from free roaming in Spider-Man? Is that a
Running the
spoiler to you
bases.
guys?
Running the bases
Yeah.
gets you. Yeah, I saw that one.
If
What
you're
is it?
Miles and you run through the bases in a baseball field, you get an achievement. And he starts having dialogue, being like, "And Spider-Man gets the home run." And
That's
It's
fun.
not. It's
That's
not the
fun.
Mets Stadium though.
If
Also,
I
it's
was
not good.
if I was a stupid child, I'd think that was awesome, but I'm not.
But you're
You're getting
as,
very close to 3. I'd watch out. First.
Yeah, be careful, bro. Be careful. Action Comics starting pretty quick here. They're going to start doing 3-issue arcs and a different creative team on each arc. They're starting with
We
Jason
talked about
Aaron.
this. We talked about this.
Not on the podcast. This was
Yes, we
announced-
did.
I don't think we did. Last
This-
week's
oh.
podcast was a 3-in-1, so
Oh,
we
talked
didn't
about
talk about
it.
anything.
We talked about it in a group chat.
That's good.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we gotta get through this. Action Comics 3-issue arcs. Jason Aaron doing the first bit, and then Josh D. Williams taking over to do the next 3, but they're crossing over to Superman, doing his Brainiac arc that he's been setting up. So it's gonna be 6 issues, but half of it's in Action Comics, and I personally am not a fan of that.
I don't like when books do that either, but I do get it from a marketing sales tactic to get you to buy both books.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. Superman, I think it's very good, but the way it's been being put out bothers me lately. Like, did you see this issue? Okay. This issue alone, 850. At the end of it, it says to be continued in 2024.
Yeah.
It's October.
Right. It's not like it's December, it's the last issue of December.
Yeah. And it's issue 8. Like, Superman didn't happen for 2 months because of fear, whatever. The latest event.
Right.
And now it's
what
back,
was that
and
called?
suddenly it stopped. I can't even remember Fear State.
Night
I was going to say Fear State, but no, that's Future State.
Night terrors.
You're
Night
thinking
Terrors,
of
yes.
Night Terrors,
yes. But like Superman pauses begins, and now it's pausing again. So I don't know. That bothers me. So the fact that it's going to be crossing over into 2 books, that bothers me again. And then Phil Kennedy Johnson, who's been writing Action Comics for the past like 3 years now, 4 years maybe. He will be back after Williamson for a 3-issue arc, and then we don't know what's happening after that. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of odd. Yeah. Going on, DC has relaunched Elseworlds. They're bringing a bunch of different Elseworld stories, such as a Green Lantern comic where character wields actual lantern.
Who actually gives a fuck?
Well, I think Batman Barbarian looks awesome. Is this replacing Black Label though, or are we just gonna have both now?
I don't know. I mean, clearly DC. I don't even think DC knows.
They clearly don't, because they hyped it up. They announced 6 projects, and I think 4 of them are Batman related or something like that.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah,
it's honestly a 50% ratio. When they announce something, at least 50% of it will be Batman related.
Exactly. Yeah. Here, I'll actually get the list up, and we can go through them, and you guys can let me know if that actually sounds like an interesting idea. Doesn't mean you have to buy it, but does this sound like interesting to you? So here, I'll bring it up here.
Didn't have the list ready.
No, I said I'm gonna look it up right now. Okay, got it. First one is Gotham by Gaslight: The Kryptonian Age. It's a sequel to Gotham by Gaslight. It says 12 issues that expand on Gotham by Gaslight, created by Brian Augustin and Mike Mignola, by introducing that 19th century world's Justice League.
Is Mike Mignola writing it? Like working on it?
It is by
obviously Brian Augustin passed on.
No, it's by Andy Diggle and Leandro Ferrandis. Oh, Ferrandis.
So I always think it's weird when you do a sequel and it's not the same creative team. I know obviously Brian Augustin passed on, so I don't know.
I think introducing that World's Justice League can be interesting, but
did they not do that already? Because I swear I've seen like the Flash with the scarf with like the old flying cap.
I thought I swear that's hinted at it, but they never actually like.
I swear that's from Multiversity, and I could be wrong here, but I swear there's already a Justice League from that Earth.
Harper, what do you think? If you have any thoughts on this,
I have not been listening.
Cool, good, of course, good host. I think it could be good. I'll say this seems like a good idea. I'm not gonna read it unless I hear good things, though.
Yeah, Earth 19. It was from Multiversity. They had like a Flash.
Oh yeah,
Woman. Harper was in it.
It's Harper,
but it's the Flash with the scarf who was in CW The Flash.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
somehow that Flash has made a live action appearance before Wally West. I will kill myself.
There it is. Yeah, we have to wait for it to focus. I forgot, and everyone was posting his suit because it is a good design.
It's cool, yeah, but it doesn't actually do anything. But yeah, that's from Multiversity. Damn, I'm good.
Next,
I wonder if they'll use those designs or not.
Harper, you're wearing a white shirt. I need you to do what my reaction to this will be, as if someone with long hair and a white shirt would say. Dark Knights of Steel all winter. No, the woo! Woo! Yeah. Woo. Okay.
Hunter, have you still been liking Dark Knights of Steel? Because I feel like the first few issues you were like all in, like every issue you were posting about, and then now I literally haven't heard about it in 6 months.
It ended.
No, I know, but like I don't even remember like you posting when it wrapped up.
Yeah,
and I actively avoid your posts, so maybe that's it. But
that is true. Well, it was 12 issues and it took almost like 3 years,
which is annoying.
Yeah, it got so delayed. There's one issue that was like 4 months delayed too, like to the point where like you start it and there's no recap or anything, so you're just like, okay,
Doomsday Clock.
Yeah, like I think I remember what was happening, so I don't know. It lost me a little bit. The ending was nice, and it did set up sequels. Like multiple sequels showed like a bunch of characters going out on different kind of journeys. But I am glad that's getting a sequel, especially so soon after it ended, because it ended just a month ago. However, it's not by Tom Taylor. This is by Jay Kristoff and Tiro Khans. It's 6 issues set in the world created by Tom Taylor, but it's about the assassin Deathstroke fighting on the frozen land in an epic fantasy North.
Oh, is that the one with the barbarian Deathstroke or the Viking Deathstroke? Yeah.
But
I don't know.
They announced this. This is a spin-off series, but they also announced Dark Knights of Steel 2. It's just going to be called that by Tom Taylor.
Boogaloo.
Yes. By Tom Taylor later in 2024. So it just started being written. Yeah.
I'm sorry to do this, but I have to go.
No, you don't.
I do. Sorry.
And then there were two.
What's your reasoning?
In my defense, I didn't read any comics this week anyway. But sorry.
Give a legitimate reasoning.
I don't want to.
Strike three, he's
No.
out.
No.
Strike three. Oh yeah, I should say something that just gets me kicked, and therefore it feeds into the narrative.
So I don't press the wrong button. Can you just leave and then we'll pretend we kicked
Yeah, he
you?
accidentally kicks
Alright.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. On the tier list of a hero story hosts, even under like Eunice and Gavin and Sean and Drew, JD is at the bottom.
Ooh.
Better.
No, that's not even a strike. That's just something that we can all kind of nod our
That
heads to.
stinks. You cut me deep, Shrek. You cut me deep, Shrek. You cut me deep.
And then the founding fathers just took over. I think I was out of it.
He was out of it.
He
this
needs a
week.
Zoa.
Everyone needs it. I wish I had a Zoa right now.
Do you have any like in your fridge?
I do, but it's kind of late now. How much should I have? If I would have had it in the beginning, I would have been good. But
I was gonna say Spider-Man 2 though, but I guess you don't have your PlayStation yet.
no, it comes in tomorrow. I'm excited.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to all play it and we'll give each other our thoughts. Next one is DC versus Vampires, World War V. Okay.
DC versus Vampires World.
It says World War
Is
V.
another
Oh,
sequel?
it's World War V as in vampire. I thought it was like
Oh, like World War Z.
yeah.
I don't.
It is a
care.
sequel, yeah. Yeah, I don't care either. It says 12 issues in which humanity fights against Barbara Gordon, Queen of the Vampires. Okay,
Cool.
Okay, next ones are Batman Barbarian by Greg Smallwood. It's 6-issue retelling of Batman's origin as a brutal medieval Earth. Greg Smallwood will be writing and doing the art for it. I'm
Now,
excited
this
for
one you
that.
only have interest in because Greg Smallwood.
Yes. Yeah.
Like the actual concept.
I think Greg
But-
Smallwood is my favorite artist in the industry right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll read for that. Yeah, the actual concept, like if it wasn't for Greg Smallwood, yeah. If it was like
Probably.
Romita Jr., no, I'd never touch it.
Frank Miller and John Romita Jr.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
greatest
what
creative
a
team.
combination. Yeah.
Yeah.
Green Lantern Dark by Tate Brombell. 7 issues in a dark fantasy genre set on a post-apocalyptic world populated by monsters where a Green Lantern has been missing. That's a cool concept, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't not like none of these Elseworlds like grabbed me where I'm like, yes, that is why we need to return to Elseworlds. I was kind of just like, okay.
The last one is Batman Nightfire by Clayman. 6 issues of action mystery where Bruce Wayne travels to the past to try and prevent a tragedy. I don't care.
I mean, I do love time travel, but
And Clayman's a great artist, but
Clayman has been hyping this one up too.
yeah, he has. He's really excited for it. It seems to be about Batman, Batgirl, and Nightwing too, which is cool, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Next thing is Tom Hardy is making a comment with Scott Snyder.
Wait, did I miss? I don't remember.
Wait,
Did I miss
go
this?
to Scott Snyder's Instagram.
And I follow Scott Snyder. How did I
He
miss
posted
this?
a picture of him talking to Tom Hardy.
Oh wait, no, I did. Yeah, because you sent that to the
Yeah.
chat. That was like the most random picture ever.
Yeah, he's like, I can finally post this picture, and I didn't know context at first, so it's like, okay.
Tom
They're
Hardy.
making an arc-bound sci-fi comic. Sci-fi
I mean-
tale is set in a far future where the Earth is a desolated wasteland and the humanity is taken to the stars. The human population is ruled by a corporation-backed government whose power is based on the energy source called chromium. And it's going to be 12 issues starting in March.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Scott Snyder has been really into these, indie books. He's been making a lot of them. I mean, hey, good for him.
Yeah, I mean,
Tom Hardy is a interesting. I mean, it's like I feel like more actors are more into making comics now.
yeah, but it's
where,
like we have to wonder, is this because they want, and it's kind of blurry, but is this because they want to make these, or is it because they want to make a movie adaptation of this?
probably because they want to make a movie adaptation. They see the kind of money that comic book movies make. So they're like, hey, if I make the comic, I already have the rights to it.
Because
Like that was the Keanu Reeves one, right? The
yeah,
Berserker.
Berserker, yeah,
And
because
he was planning to make like a thing of it right away.
yeah, and the main character looks like Keanu Reeves. So
Is Keanu Reeves, yeah.
yeah, this character I guess could be Tom Hardy, but
I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like I feel like years ago it would be so taboo for like a actor to work on a book, but now it's a little bit more normal, right? Paul
Yeah,
Dano did his Riddler year one
Miss
based on his
Marvel.
character.
Yeah,
Right. Stargirl, the actress for Stargirl wrote
right.
like a little like a story. Like it's something that's happening more.
Yeah, and also another thing in the news here is Kid Cudi is making a comic called Moon Man, and he's a rapper, but he's always made stuff around his art. He made Intergalactic, which is the movie on Netflix with the Spider-Verse creative team. Like a bunch of animators from that came together, made a movie for him that he wrote and starred in. So I
I
kind
mean,
of like some of the ideas.
comics are one of the most unique mediums. Like, there's truly no other medium where you could read it but also see it. So I think it's it is a very unique field, and more stories could be told that way. Like, do you ever
Exactly.
read
Yeah.
a comic that's not superhero related, and you're kind of just like, wow, that was good. Even like it wasn't even superhero, and it was still good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I think it's a great medium to tell stories in, just universal. So it is cool to see bigger names getting into it.
Yeah. And some of the ideas are good. Like Berserker. I read the first 4 issues, like the first run, and then a pause, and then there's like a chapter 2, like part 2 kind of run. I didn't read that, but I enjoyed Keanu Reeves' first story. Thought it fell off
Hmm.
near the end, but it was good. Like it's not something that just seems like a cash grab per se. And Keanu Reeves was also going to Comic Con, or not Comic Cons. He was going to comic stores and doing signings here and there. So he was passionate about it. He didn't just write it and never talk about it.
Right.
For Moon Man's sake, like here's the cover here. Like it is. My camera's
Yeah,
really
I
blurry.
yeah, I saw that. It does look cool.
Yeah, it is. It is a cool idea too. It's a guy that lives on the moon essentially, and so some of these ideas can be good. And so far, I can't think of a celebrity comic that is bad per se. And plus, when you have like Tom Hardy, the picture Scott Snyder posted, he said was taken months ago, and it was him
Right.
talking to Tom Hardy just over the phone. Like they are working together and planning
Right.
it
Something actually
together.
working.
So I don't know, it can be good.
Yeah.
My last bit of news that I wrote down here revolving New York Comic Con is Ghost Machine.
What about the DC Ultimate Universe?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That,
We'll talk
that
about
that's what I
that
was referring to
first.
before when you were saying like when me and Harper were talking about the run out of ideas. I feel like
Right.
that's one of like the run out of ideas. DC is toying with I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but they're at least toying with
Not.
the idea of an Ultimate Universe with Scott Snyder leading the way.
Yeah, Scott Snyder's returning to DC for that. This is a rumor. Apparently, Scott Snyder and a ton of other writers were at a bar after New York Comic Con, and they were all talking about this. And a reporter happened to be there too, and he got word of it, and so he published this.
I feel like in 2011 was your perfect opportunity to do
Oh,
a
New
DC Ultimate
52.
Universe instead of doing New 52, right? Scrapping New 52 and going for the Ultimate Universe right there. That's when, if you considered your comics were stale or whatever, that would have been the perfect opportunity to do it. I feel like now, would it do well? Would it or would it just all be Batman shit?
Even then, you really have to like advertise and hype up and get good creative teams, good ideas for the other heroes outside Batman.
Right. Because like Ultimate Marvel, right? At least Ultimate Spider-Man worked because it had been 30, 40 years since these characters had debuted and there was no modern origin. But like we just had the New 52, so there have been modern origins, there have been change-ups on these characters. Like, what is different?
Mm-hmm.
I
Exactly.
feel like it's one of those things that like I don't know. Is it necessary? Is it something that people want to see? Like even me, I don't know that I'd read like a across the board Ultimate Universe. And I feel like you already kind of toyed with the idea of it
Earth
when you did Future
One.
State and when you did, the
Earth
Earth 2
One.
books from the New 52, Earth 1 books from the
Mm-hmm.
graphic novels.
Mm-hmm.
So like you've kind of toyed with the idea a little bit. Earth 1 was honestly your missed opportunity. You could have done it right there.
That technically
Earth
was it.
Batman Earth
Yeah.
1 was popular and you could have just sprung it from there.
Yeah. Because do
But
people
yeah,
really want to read another new take on Superman?
and another Scott Snyder like led universe. Like we
Yeah.
just finished Metal and Death Metal and
Yeah, he's got
the
ideas, but
Snyder
they're a little extreme, and they have their fan base, but I don't think they have a big fan base that everyone loves.
from 2018 to 2021, Scott Snyder basically ruled DC. Like he basically wrote, all the big titles and was in control of the events and
Joshua Williamson right now.
right. But was it that, like, do you look back at that time period from Metal to the end of Snyder and be like, yep, that was the DC I love? Like,
I mean,
I
that
don't.
was the Rebirth era, so
Is
yes.
I honestly, I will die in the hill that Rebirth died when Metal started.
Okay, yeah.
That's when
Well,
that's when all the comics lost the Rebirth banner. That's when all like
yeah. Well, like 2015 on, like Rebirth started May 2016, so 2016 to like 2018 was like peak DC for
was
me.
Rebirth, and then I
Yeah.
think the Snyder era is 2018 to like 2020, 2021 maybe.
Yeah, I think it was like 2020. Oh, I guess Death Metal was 2020. No, Death Metal was 2020.
It was 2020, right? So it kind of
Yeah.
wrapped out around there.
Yeah. And that's when Pain, yeah. And then Bendis took over
I don't think that
Superman, and yeah.
I just don't think that I could do a DC Ultimate Universe. And listen, I could be wrong, could end up being great. I think the
Yeah.
demand for it was years ago, and I think that time has already passed.
Yeah, and especially we're at dawn of DC now, where a lot of DC titles they're good. Like Superman is good right now. Flash, you said, is very interesting, and Batman, I mean, it's okay, I guess. World's Finest
And
is great.
well, and something Drew and I talked about is your Ultimate Universe is almost kind of coming through World's Finest. World's
I
Finest,
was
even
about to
though it's
mention
in
that.
canon, is almost like a different universe, right? It's like
Mhm.
back in the Silver Age, but it's also modern, right? I mean, that
Yeah.
World's Finest is essentially your, different Earth,
Yeah. And
especially with the offshoot of Teen Titans World's Finest.
if World's Finest was the Ultimate Universe, but everything's the same, they just had like a different tagline. This current arc of going back to the world of Kingdom Come, this would have been their event of the year.
Right.
But instead, it's just issue 20.
Right. So I don't know. I kind of feel like in a way that is your Ultimate Universe, and it's been very popular.
Yeah, it's true. Ghost Machine is a brand new comic company announced by Jeff Johns. It's his company. It's in the world of Geiger and Junkyard Joe, which you
Yep.
read both of those, or
Yep, and they were made under his company is
Image.
Mad Ghost Productions is what made those books. I mean, it's
Oh,
Image,
okay.
but
Yeah.
it's like an offshoot of Image, like how Skybound is an offshoot of Image, and it's
Right.
Mad Ghost Productions. So now it's just becoming Ghost Machine.
Yeah, Ghost Machine. It's technically launched already, they say, because they're saying Geiger and Junkyard Joe are going to be under that. The team is Jason Fabok, Gary Frank, Brian Hitch, Jeff Johns, Lamont Meggie, Francis Manupul, Brad Meltzer, Peter J. Tomasi, and Maytel Zook, I think is how you pronounce the name. But they announced a few books as well. They announced Rook Exodius, which is by Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok.
I think it's Exodus, but yes.
Oh, yeah, my bad. That makes more sense. Redcoat, which is by Jeff Johns and Brian Hitch, and The Rockefellers, which is by Peter J. Massey and Francis Manupul, and more to be announced. But this is like a stacked cast.
And the interesting part of that announcement, if I'm not mistaken, is they're all only Ghost Machine, right? They're all like they can't work with DC and Marvel. They're exclusive with Ghost Machine.
They have their own contracts, yeah, that say they are just.
So that's huge that they're exclusive because they were all pretty much working on DC products.
They're all DC creators.
Besides,
yeah.
like I guess Brad Meltzer hasn't worked on anything in years, but all the rest of them were currently working on stuff at DC. That's kind of shocking that they would do an exclusive with. I mean, it kind of makes all their books dead, right? So like Jeff Johns' Justice Society, like why would you even bother reading that at this point? Because obviously, it's not going to go anywhere, right? He had the Starter on the Lost Children, the New Golden Age. That's not going anywhere.
No.
But it's interesting. I mean, it kind of seems like it's like when all the guys walked out of Marvel and made Image in the first place.
That's what it reminds me of.
Like they all, stuck to stand. It's big names, and then they,
Yeah.
I'm curious if it's going to be successful or not. I think I'll at least give them kudos that they're going all in on it and they're all being exclusive on it, because I think that's what makes it big. If they weren't all exclusive, I think people would be like, it's just another side shoot. But that's huge, and it makes you wonder if more people will follow, if more names will come.
And like Gary Frank did a variant cover to Thor like last week, So
Yep.
like
Yep.
now no more of those. So
Yeah,
it's
Brian
pretty
Hitch
crazy.
does a ton of covers for Marvel and DC.
Brian Hitch just did Ultimate Invasion too. Like,
And he's currently working on the Last Days of Lex Luthor with Mark Waid for the
yeah.
Superman
So
Black Label book.
when that's done, like he's done at DC. It is totally like Image Comics here. Completely.
Yeah, that one caught me by surprise. I'm interested. I mean, I liked Geiger and I liked Junkyard Joe. Redcoat had been announced before, like when it was just, Jeff's company.
Mhm.
And I was interested because I love the American Revolution. I think that's like a very interesting point in history.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
And then I hadn't heard about the Exodus, but I know Fabok had said that he was working on something of like his own universe.
He told me that.
Yeah. You had said that, right?
Yeah, he
right.
told me that in April when I met him at Calgary Comic Con. But he said that he was making something. Said that he thinks it's his best thing he's ever made, but he was frustrated with coming up with the world because it's not just like here are the characters. He has to come up with like here's a city,
everything,
and
everything. Yeah,
here's how they traverse. And he said that he was working with someone else on this, a writer, but he was like obviously he's not making the scripts because the writer is, which is we now know is Jeff Johns, but he was the one creating the world. So
the world, like it's kind of like story by Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok, and then written by Jeff Johns, art by Fabok, kind of
exactly
thing, right? Like
exactly. Yeah. He said that at his studio he had like pages all over the wall of just like here's like 20 cities and here's like 30 characters that you can mention and here's like different sorts of made up words that do certain things for like ships and vehicles and guns and stuff like that. So yeah.
Are you interested in reading any of these books?
I mean, I love Jason Fabok, so Rook is interesting.
Yeah.
Real quick, the description of it is pretty short, but it says a struggling farmer from Earth was given a second chance on a world where every aspect of nature was controlled by humanity, including the winged scavengers who plagued his crops. Now called Rook, the farmer became one of the wardens and must choose between trying to escape this war-torn world before its destruction or fighting to save it. I mean, having like just a farmer angry that his crops were being destroyed and becoming like a hero, that sounds cool. And
yeah, I mean, obviously it helps when it's Jason Fabok on art, but
of course,
yeah, I'm interested. I obviously told you I'm already interested in Redcoat. I wasn't that interested, but Francis Manopul art, I guess, could change me, and I do like Tomasi writing.
That's Rockefellers.
Yeah, I wasn't as interested in that one, but everything I read that Manopul does art on, I end up loving. So
I mean, yeah,
I don't know. I'm interested.
Even their website, there's like a creator area where you see the whole like cast of creators, and for Manopul, it still says like best known for his Flash.
Yeah,
which he is, even though that was like it's over 10 years ago now that he did the Flash, but it is like 2014. That is the best Flash art in my opinion for Flash comics.
Yeah, in the modern age, I mean, I still like the 90s stuff better for personal reasons, but yeah, no, it is the best modern art around.
He draws a good Flash, he draws a good Barry, so I don't know, this sounds very, very good to me. But yeah, that's kind of New York Comic Con. There's more stuff as well, but those were like the big things that popped up to me. Because of the strike, there's no live action stuff or anything like that. Oh, I guess another thing is Scott Pilgrim Strikes Back got a trailer. Scott Pilgrim was a comic book. Now this is an animation adaptation of the comic, not the movie. So we're getting like a ton of the things that the movie skipped over, which is mostly Scott in college. There's like a few issues where it's just Scott in college because the movie takes place afterwards, but it goes with his character a lot, and there's a lot of characters from like his band and everything that you get more development on. And yeah, the trailer's really good. And the movie cast is coming back. So like Chris Evans and Michael Cera and Brie Larson, they're all going to be voicing their characters. So that's cool.
Right.
I'm excited. Yeah, I guess comics now we have more than we've ever had in like a year. So
it is a lot. Yeah.
My pick of the week is World's Finest for sure.
Yeah, it's probably my pick of the week too. Yeah, probably that. My cover would be Nightwing because that pirate cover from Bruno Redondo is great. But
I love how they changed the
I
font.
thought he did the inside art and he didn't, and that always disappoints me. Like,
oh, he's not doing this. Yeah,
not the interiors, and I mean the interior art is fine. but it's just like, oh man, I wish it was Bruno Redondo.
Yeah, he's on the next arc after this, unfortunately. I will say, because I had like 7 books and I was very busy, this is the one I didn't read yet.
You didn't read Nightwing.
But I read everything else.
The logo is cool too. I didn't even really look at that.
Yeah, it's a different font.
The only thing, and I feel like I've talked about this on the show before, the Nightwing butt jokes, like at one point where maybe like you could kind of smile at them. Now it's just annoying.
Oh,
so like
more? We've
like,
had a lot in Taylor's Run alone.
Come for immaculate beauty, stay for Nightwing's pirate booty. Like,
oh, I didn't even see that.
God, like there's more to the character, damn it.
Yeah, I mean they had to for the pirate joke, but no, yeah,
it's too much.
Disappointing.
Too much. I hate it.
You want to start with World's Finest though?
Yeah, let's start with World's Finest. So I was actually 3 issues, whatever was the last one we reviewed on the show, which has been a while. I was like 3 issues behind.
Oh, you were.
So
yeah.
I had to catch up a little bit here. So I just got like through the year 1 stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, right into this. Very exciting. The first few pages go so hard.
I mean,
Dan Mora Flash. I mean, just
a lot of red and yellow, but
and showing like the different worlds, because I always joke on DC that they show like the same 3 worlds when they do the multiverse. Like it's the multiverse, but it's always Vampire Batman, Red Sun Superman, and like maybe Kingdom Come. But this one you actually get like a few, like you see Batman the animated series
like 20,
up top.
yeah.
Dark Knights of Steel is there.
You get Batman
Flashpoint,
Beyond.
Martha Wayne Joker, Gotham by Gaslight, Dark Knight Returns, the Earth 12 Flash, Danica, I think her name is, Red Sun, I see a werewolf.
Earth,
there's a few different ones.
3, is it the gender swap one?
Earth, is it Earth 3? No, Earth 3 is the Legion. I mean the oh god, I'm blanking. The guys from the New 52 Justice League, the villains. Isn't that Earth 3?
Crime Syndicate? Oh yeah, yeah.
That's Earth 3.
Yeah, that is Earth 3.
I don't
Injustice. I just noticed. I didn't notice Injustice before.
So
what's this terminal velocity or something? This guy. People used to always post this guy. You would recognize him. He used to be posted all the time as like, this is the best Flash suit. I think there was an Injustice skin of this.
Oh yeah, there is an adjustment with like the pipe fitting, like
it's like a scuba diver wear. Do you know the name of that guy?
No, I don't even think he has a name. It's literally like in
Flash.
Injustice, it's called Elseworld Flash, and that's like it.
Yeah, but everyone's like, "Oh, this suit's so good."
Like, yeah, there's a swashbuckling Batman at the bottom. Yeah, there's like so many different.
Oh, Future State. I didn't even notice that. You're right.
So it's actually cool to see different versions, and we see the Kingdom Come Flash go right by Barry there,
which is
with the hat.
Cool. Yeah,
the Wally.
That's Wally, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But
he wears like the Mercury hat. He never stops moving. So like that's awesome.
Yeah.
And basically Flash tells him like, hey, I tracked down, your sidekick, Boy Thunder. He's on this Earth. What do they call it? 19?
No, 20 something.
22.
Yeah.
19 was the,
which I think is what Kingdom Come was known as. Yeah.
In Multiversity. So they're like, would you got to take the cosmic treadmill. It might throw you out of time, but and they're like, don't worry, we'll do it. Like, we'll take the risk.
Yeah.
And when they get there, they get to like them in a graveyard.
Yeah, a little bit in the future.
Dead heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Ted, Kara, and Ray in the grave,
along with hundreds of others. Gravestones.
and they show all the graves. It's funny, like looking at the graves, because like, you're like, oh, what interesting Kingdom Come heroes are gonna see. Peacemaker.
That was the first one I saw.
Peacemaker. I saw Red Hood on there.
Yeah.
What else did I see?
Well, you get like name a character. There's a good chance they're on there, because you do get like Green Arrow and Black Canary.
Hawkman, Green Arrow, Black Canary, Dr. Fate, right?
Donna Troy, more known heroes, but then you also get stuff.
Some of them are interesting because like, so Kid Flash in that universe, you have Wally, who's like this unstoppable.
Yeah, would that be Bart?
And then his sidekick was the daughter. It's like that was the original Irie West, and she wears like the leather jacket.
Right.
So I don't know who Kid Flash is unless it's insinuating that it's her. But
I mean, it could be because this is like they go to the future where like you even see David Boy Thunder, and he's like an old man
grown
here,
up.
so
Yeah. But yeah, either
it could
way,
have
I
been.
see Peacemaker, and all the way to the right, I see Jace Fox, and I'm just like, okay.
Oh, I didn't even see
I
Jace Fox.
I get it, you modern DC bastards.
Yeah.
Behind on that second to right row, Joker's daughter.
Oh, I didn't say, I was just going to
On her
mention that.
grave, it says Joker's daughter.
That's terrible.
So dumb.
I mean, they probably just like I feel like they just said, yeah, just come up with names.
Yeah,
Find
and they actually
DC
do.
characters.
They actually do on the next page. They show that version of Kid Flash. Iris with the leather jacket.
Oh yeah, they do.
On the Kingdom Come universe, the one that looks like Red Robin is actually Dick Grayson. That's where the Red Robin suit originated from, which a lot of people don't know.
I didn't even know that's where it
Yeah,
originated
that's
from. I knew it was
that's
Dick,
Grayson
but yeah.
of the Kingdom Come verse, and that's where the Red Robin suit came from.
Oh, I
Um,
missed that suit. It looks good.
Yeah.
Like Tim should wear that.
Oh, 100%.
I think it looks great. Yeah.
2009 to 2011. That was the the best.
Man, Dan Mora, like even the way he draws Batman's glove on the grave.
Oh, it's so good.
He's so good at this.
They end up going to that restaurant, Planet Krypton, from the original Kingdom Come book.
The end of Kingdom Come.
And that's the place that's like all superhero stuff. All the waiters are dressed like superheroes, and they say it's owned by Booster Gold. Now, obviously, this Batman and Superman are from the original, like,
Past.
early year, so they don't know who Booster Gold is.
Yeah, they're like year 5 Batman, Superman.
But it's funny. He seems to think a lot of himself. Like, pretty true.
Yeah.
Um,
this is the first time I think they've said that they don't know character, because I feel like this book, like World's Finest, is like a Justice League comic in a way, because you get so many other heroes in it.
And that's what I'm saying.
So,
it's basically their ultimate, right? It's basically like the starter book. But
exactly. So it is good to see, like, oh, there is characters that they don't know.
But yeah, Clark tells Bruce that he read through the Justice League case book, and he says that they've never heard of the multiverse on this earth, so they don't know that they're one of many Earths.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
So they go outside and they run into now Thunder Man, who was once Boy Thunder, David, and he's all grown up now, and he's very brutal on the villain. The what was it, Adam Masher?
Adam Smasher of this universe, and tries to burn her skull.
And he like fries her head, and she's like starting to melt on the side, like as he's trying to get information, and Superman tells him like that's enough. And at first he's like, who the hell are you? And he realizes like, oh shit, it's Superman. He's like, oh, I've been waiting for years for you guys. So it's like, oh great, this is gonna be so wholesome, this is gonna be so good. Like I've been waiting years. I never thought this day would come. And then he fucking picks him up by the neck, and he's like waiting for this moment. So
which is I was waiting for that. Like
obviously
we got the teases that he'd be a villain. Yeah.
Right. We were ready for him to be the villain. But yeah, that was a good issue. I was glad to finally catch up, because the last few issues have been good too. This book's solid. 20 issues in.
It's so good.
I know Harper will just never read it because he sucks, but like
it's so good.
It's damn good.
It's the best DC comic right now.
Yeah.
There's some good DC books coming out, but yeah, this is, I guess what's he called? Not Boy Thunder, Thunderman? Is that what he's called now? He kind of reminds me, his suit right now, of Hush as Jason Todd.
I could kind of see that.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if that's intentional. I doubt it, but
it could just be with the way the body's drawn. But yeah, I do get that.
Just with the pouches on the thighs, and you got the jacket, and with the domino mask, like it does remind me of that. So, God, this is good. I was a little like Dan Moore. He's so good, but his art is so different from Alex Ross.
Right, and that was the worry that like, all right, you're going back to Kingdom Come, but it's not Alex Ross.
Will it be like good? Kingdom Come?
Because even when the Justice Society crossover with Kingdom Come, like did like their Kingdom Come, like that arc from the 2000s. If I'm not mistaken, he at least did the covers, but I thought he did the interiors of that as well.
I don't remember. Well, a good example, like
covers, but
Young Justice by Bendis. I know it wasn't a good book, but Kingdom Come crossover with that, and it didn't feel like Kingdom Come at all.
Right. But this Young Justice by Bendis was kind
of, and it's not like Dan Moore is trying to match Alex Ross's style, of course.
Well, and I think I kind of respect that he's trying to just like stay, hey, it's this style, and it doesn't take you out of it. Because I think if he tried to imitate Alex Ross, it just wouldn't really look good.
But like seeing these two, it's like you can tell right away, like, okay,
that it's that
we're
version
we're
of the
back in
character.
this world, yeah.
Right.
And obviously it's because you're wearing the Kingdom Come suit, and Batman's has like the mechanical like exoskeleton, but
Right.
it's so cool. Like, I want the next issue really badly already.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. Superman.
Yeah. I was looking for my stack here. I forgot this was a anniversary issue. I think that
Same.
something that annoys me about modern comics is like everything. It feels like every few issues you're at an anniversary issue.
Yeah, definitely.
It feels like it's so often now.
Mhm.
But in this issue, we follow up with where we left off last issue with the Nicolas Cage looking guy.
Yeah, and the chains. It starts with Perry White's running for mayor, and he announces it to Metropolis right as this chain-like character that Superman broke out of a prison that Lex made without realizing how threatening this guy is.
Yeah.
He comes out, he traps Superman in chains where the more he puts tension on the chains, the tighter it gets, so he can't really get out. So the Super family has to come in to fight him, which I like to see. Is John there? I think it's not John, right?
No, they brought in
Where's John?
I have no idea. Well, is he still in Injustice?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know if that's supposed to be at the same time, but yeah, I was shocked to see Superman of China. When's the last time we seen him? Unless
I mean, Action
he
Comics.
might be an action. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Keenan is here, as well as Connor and Kara and Steel's
Yep.
daughter, who I
Steel's
forget
daughter.
her name.
I couldn't even tell you her name.
What's her name? I watched Superman and Lois. I should know this.
Oh, Natasha? Is that
yes,
right?
there it is.
Natasha,
Yeah,
Damn,
there it is.
damn,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, you found out Steele's daughter's name.
Listen, there's useless info in the back of my head. That is one of them.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Superman breaking out of the chains. I imagine you like that.
Oh yeah, I thought it was very good.
Like, I thought of you right when I read that. Basically,
There's something, I don't know. There's something about like breaking out of chains. Like, I kind of think of, like old school Spider-Man, or I mean, even old school Superman. There's just something that's very cool about it. And then obviously he used the flash trick to get out of it, which is cool. But there's something about like breaking out scene that I always think is cool.
Yeah, the reason, like, every time he pulls on it tightens, so he says, "I'm gonna use a trick an old friend taught me," and he vibrates out, which I've never seen Superman do before.
Well, actually, he wouldn't be able to move fast enough to break out of those chains because he's not as fast as the Flash.
But he's so fast, so you think that wouldn't be possible?
It's a little convenient, but
yeah, I mean, we've never seen him do it before, so
he's Superman. I mean, at the end of the day,
looked cool.
He could probably do it.
Yeah, it did look cool. And yeah, Superman comes in to help join the fight. 2 buildings get knocked down. Connor has telekinesis. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
You're not reading the original Young Justice. Is clearly showing tactical telekinesis. That's like he literally says it like every issue in the original Young Justice run. Dude, you got to read that run.
I've read the first trade. That's it, though.
Tactical. He definitely 1000% says it in the first trade. But yeah,
probably
telekinesis.
Probably. I don't
the 90s
remember.
OP superpower.
All right. Well, he doesn't do it often now.
I mean, maybe in the modern age, but in the 90s, that was every issue.
There were some shocks to me here. Like, Lex is in the hospital after being stabbed in prison. His mother visits, and then his daughter visits. Lex has a daughter. Is that some? I didn't know that either.
I don't remember.
Is this a new character? Lena Luthor. Hold on.
No, isn't Lena his sister?
Well, she calls Lex dad.
But isn't that his sister's name, Lena Luthor?
Well, oh God, is it? Hold on. We need to look at the Lex family tree.
Everyone listening right now is cringing. They're like, "Oh my God!"
Oh, of course. How you don't know Lena Luthor?
I swear that's his sister's name. Because I read Superwoman not that long ago, and she's in that one when she locks up Lex.
Lena Luthor is the name of 2 characters. Hold on, I'm on the wiki.
It's like
introduced. Second one, yeah, it's his sister and also his daughter's name.
When did his daughter first appear? I really don't remember.
Lex Luthor's daughter is named after her aunt.
I mean, don't put it past DC to name characters the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
she appeared in 1997. First appearance in 1997.
Wow,
She was,
I had
she
no
was
idea.
made by Dan Jurgens. So like in that late 90s Superman triangle. Damn, I really don't remember. It doesn't look like according to her page, she hasn't really appeared in that much.
Yeah, I had
She's
no
appeared in
idea
Action
she exists.
She's appeared in 8 Action Comics issues and 5 Superman issues. So
Yeah, because like when her like Luther's mom says, "I brought her here," and he first immediately says, "I told you she can never come back here. It's too dangerous. No one can know about her."
yeah, that
When he
looks
said
like
no one can know about her, he's talking about me because I didn't know about her.
that looks like a late 90s thing. I mean, Tyler's probably like, oh my god, how do these guys not know it? But
How do you not know Lita Luther? Yeah, she's like a teenager. I had no idea. Okay.
yeah.
Then the art changes because we get Brainiac with a bunch of I don't know Lobo's race name. Do you like his alien race?
Zarian or something.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, he has a bunch of them, which I guess they're not extinct because he was
He has a
birthing
bunch
them.
of them.
He has a bunch of them, and he's using them to go slaughter Earths. Very Galactus like. But yeah, that's kind of where the issue ends with him setting up that Brainiac now has the power to create life of other races, other alien races, so he could potentially make Kryptonians. And
I didn't think about that.
and then it ends with to be continued in 2024. It's not even Halloween.
And by the way, it says to be continued in Superman number 8. 2024. That's
7.
the next issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're not getting another Superman issue for the rest of the year?
Yeah.
How is that even?
That's what I was saying before.
I didn't realize. Okay, so I knew I agreed to be mad, like, oh, we're not continuing this arc, but
No,
we're not
getting
anything
Superman.
until 2024. Oh, that's terrible. How did that happen?
I have no idea. Like, I guess Williamson, he's writing Green Arrow and he's writing other stuff too.
Transformers.
Oh, he's writing Duke and he's writing Cobra Commander. Green Arrow. I feel like he's writing more than that too. No, Batman and Robin. So
according to Comic Geeks, Superman number 8 comes out November 21st, 2023, like regular schedule next month. But it does say on the bottom there to be continued in Superman number. Oh no, we're fucking dumb. To be continued in Superman number 8 and in 2024. Wow, that's a all-time. I feel like Hunter Murray right now. Gosh, that's terrible.
Oh no, it's gonna be clipped.
Sorry, chat.
Oh god, we probably have people listening just like driving.
I can't believe I took the bait. I feel like you.
Welcome to my life. There's people driving right now. They're just like swerving off the road in anger. That one guy that listens when he rock climbs just jumped off.
Just fell off. He's like, fuck this.
No, he took the harness off and then he just let go.
Well, he did that when Harper left, but
yeah, probably. So he's not listening to this right now. Man, we I wonder if that'll be clipped. If Harper will clip
that was tough. I'm gonna bet that Harper won't listen to it, so we could miss that whole thing.
No one tell him.
Nobody tell him, please. Please don't tell Harper.
No one tell him.
He's like my disappointed father, please.
Exactly, yeah.
What do you want to go over next? I still got Nightwing and Titans and the Flash.
Yeah, I mean, I could rapid fire my other ones real quick. Like I do that very quickly.
Yeah.
Moon Knight. It's good. It's almost done, and then they're doing the Vengeance of Moon Knight series right after. I don't know if I'll read that or not. I find this final arc not to be that interesting. Tigra almost died in this, and I didn't care. So I realized like all these side characters I don't really care about besides Hunter's Moon, which is Moon Knight's brother, and Moon Knight himself. And they're setting up the finale, which is the fight against Zodiac, and I think it is good, and I want to know how it ends. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend this series to anyone. So that's Moon Knight. I also read Miles Morales. It's the best Spider-Man book out there. The only problem is he changes the suit so often, but the art is still great. In this issue, there's a vampire in his neighborhood, so Blade's there, and he's taking him out, but he can't find this vampire. And Miles is like, "Oh, you're Blade from the Avengers," and Blade is like, "Will you shut the hell up? Like I'm trying to hunt people here." So Miles joins him. Miles' suit gets he forgets a suit though because it was just like go, so he's not wearing one. So Blade has the power to just make suits. So he made a suit for Miles. I put it in the chat. It is terrible.
Yeah, I hated that.
It's so, but I see what they're going for.
Although I didn't like the other Miles suit, the one that he's been using. I think you put in the chat as well.
Oh, he's wearing his like regular suit.
I did
Like
you
I don't
someone
have
put
the
one on a
book on me,
poll?
but just like
Did you put one on a poll recently?
Oh yes, I put one on a
I
poll
didn't like
recently.
that one either.
He stopped wearing that in January.
That one I like.
Yeah, that one I like the story behind that one. And just real quick for those who don't know, he has this baggy hoodie one. Everyone hated it at first, but a lot of people started to like it as we went on. You unlock it in Spider-Man 2 because it's one of the suits that you can get in the game. But the story is he saves a kid who happened to be like he wanted to be a fashion designer and he was in high school, but he also had a disability. Like he if I remember correctly, he couldn't walk right. He was like a Freddy in Shazam, and he was bullied because of that. He was pushed over a lot, and Miles stood up to him, to these bullies, and these bullies were huge Spider-Man fans because of course they are. And now they're seeing Miles likes this kid, so he says, "How about we do a favor? You design a suit for me, show all your whole school, and then I will wear that suit." So this kid with a disability designed that suit for it, and I like that. And then he's like, "I'll wear this for the next few months, and then I'm gonna go back to my normal one." So he wears it for this kid that he helped that was getting bullied. So then the kid be like, "I made that suit," and Miles even tells everyone like, "Yeah, this was made by," and he says like the kid's name and everything, so it helped the kid get into like a fashion school and everything like that. So I like that. But what the hell was Blade doing?
Yeah, it's tough.
They gave him like a cape, and it's just the worst thing is the belt that he wears on this vampire suit has like the Spider-Man symbol on it, like his face. It's like Deadpool's belt. It just doesn't work for Spider-Man though. So terrible.
That's another one that if you told me 90s, I'd be like, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, it is definitely a 90s suit. It even has like what are they called? Pouches. It has a bunch of pouches for web fluid and what else? But yeah, Miles was okay. And then the last book that I read was that you didn't read. Oh no, I read Daredevil. We both read
I actually
Daredevil.
did not read Daredevil.
Oh,
I
okay.
have it. I didn't read it because I still haven't.
That's the book that you skipped.
Because I was running out of time. Actually,
I will say that Daredevil is good. Like I liked it. I think this run has a lot of potential. Kind of like last time, like not too much major things happened in this
yeah,
issue.
I'm just flipping through it. I don't even actually see Daredevil. I just see. Oh no, there's Daredevil. I was going to say I just see Matt as a priest.
Some of the dialogue with him as Daredevil is very good. I don't have I put the book away in one of my boxes, but he says something like he's angry.
I let out the devil.
Well, there's that, but he's angry because of something that happens at the church that he works at. Something bad happens and he's very angry, so he puts the suit on and he's just going around the city for a long time. He's just looking for something to hit and hears gunfire, and he's like, the sound of gunfire, I hate to say it, but I'm happy to hear it. And then he goes over and just beats the hell out of the people there. Like
I hear the sound of gunfire, ... and God forgive me, I'm almost happy.
Yeah, that's the line. Like that's good. That goes hard. It's a good issue though. I like the way Daredevil's written. I enjoyed the book in general.
Yeah, it looks solid. I got to read this issue after we're done recording here.
But yeah, that's everything that I read.
Yeah, I got all right. So Nightwing is the pirate issue. So
Right.
I was like, where are they gonna go? Like, I know he had the
He's
they
the
brought in
box.
the girl. Right, it was the box, and it was the girl that he dated while he was Rick Grayson.
Right.
So they start with another Rick Grayson panel where it's him and the girl sleeping in bed, and she says like, "Oh, aren't you interested? What's in the box?" And he's just like, "No." And then she's like, "But really? Like, shouldn't you be curious?" And he's like, "No." And then she's like, "But why?" He's like, "It's not my treasure. It's not mine. Like, I'm not him."
I mean, I respect that he's like saying what we say. We don't like Rick Grayson. That's not Nightwing. So Nightwing's like in agreement with us.
So when now we're back to present day and it's Nightwing, and his ex is captain of the ship, and her name is Captain Blood, like blood, like as in Bloodhaven, Blood, with like
didn't she work in a bar before? Why she
so it's kind of like a revamp on her character, a retcon on her character, where she's actually like intertwined with this like old pirates. Like her father was Captain Blood, and because her father died, now she takes over.
Okay.
And yeah, so Nightwing's like, "Oh, Captain Blood, Blood Haven, and then he goes Bloods Haven, like as in blood is in a person, like that's how the city got its name.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then he's like, oh, but I didn't know that about you, and she's like, oh, and now you know how secret identity works. So
Well,
okay.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're taking a character that would have been forgotten and making them interesting. So
Yeah,
I kind of respect
guess
that.
it's something different, but
Yeah.
basically she's like, I need help finding my brother because people don't think I have a legitimate take to the throne because I was adopted, and
Okay.
I'm not related by blood, but my brother is related by blood, so I want to
Okay.
bring my brother in because he's actually not a good guy. So Nightwing's like, all right, fine, we could hunt him. So she's like, all right, I left you a costume, or I left you a suit, and she said, you can't wear a costume. I left you something to wear here. So Babs can see through his mask, right? So she's like, she sees him in the pirate suit. And she's like, you're really gonna wear that? So he's wearing the pirate suit, but it's with the mask, and he's got like the sticks.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
B's like, that it was not the outfit I left you. There was something else on the side. So you just chose to wear that. But she's like, hey, you can't wear the mask where you're going. Like, there can't be anyone else watching in. And
Right.
Babs is just like, but I do like, she says, I know, I trust you, be careful, and I love you. So they say I love you to each other. That's nice. And he takes off the
Okay.
mask. So and then the girl throws the mask in the water. So wondering if there's an ulterior motive there. But yeah, so they're gonna go hunt for her brother.
Okay.
It's fine. It's all right. I thought when we were doing a pirate story, it was gonna be like actual like pirate shit.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, the next
Little
issue has like the Nightwing's fighting with like swords. Well, he's using he's
Yeah.
fighting people with swords, so it could be
I
swashbuckling.
don't know why I thought it was gonna be like some time travel shit. Like he was gonna be like actually in swashbuckling days or something. I don't know. That was like what came to mind.
That would have been good. What if he does that?
Would have gone hard. Like if he went back to the original when Bloodhaven was founded and it was Blood's Haven.
Oh yeah,
that would have been cooler to me. But
and what you could do with that is when he's back in time with all these pirates, you could have the Batman pirate when Batman was sent through time in Morrison's era. He could see Bruce Wayne, and they could have like an interaction. Like, oh my god,
give each other a little nod across the room.
Michael Caine, Christian Bale. But like because when Bruce Wayne died, he was actually sent through time, and he was sent to a pirate era, and he was, I want to say Batbeard, but maybe I'm just making that up. He was a pirate for a certain amount of time before he was.
There's no way his name was
forward.
Batbeard.
I don't know. Maybe I just made that up.
I think you
copyright.
Did make that up.
But he was a pirate for a certain amount of time before he was sent to the Western era. So you could have had Nightwing meeting Bruce Wayne as the pirate, but that Bruce Wayne was still our Bruce Wayne. He was just stuck in that time for like a few months. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But now
instead we get a booty.
Story.
Instead, we got a booty joke written by Tom Taylor. Thank you very much. Speaking of Tom Taylor masterpieces, Titans number 4.
Masterpiece.
Oh God, I don't like it that much. It's not that good, but it has Wally West and Dick Grayson, so I have to read it. But God, they're also whiny bitches. Like Beast Boy's like, oh, we're not doing enough. Yeah, that's the better Titans title.
Yeah, just free Titans.
Beast Boy's like, we're not doing enough as heroes. We're just like putting out fires. Like, all right, so remember, here's the alternative here, right? Avengers, I think it was the first issue of the new Avengers run. Captain Marvel's like, oh, we're like firefighters, like we put out the fires, of the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
good.
That's
Beast
awesome.
Boy's like, we're not doing enough as firefighters. We need to be like, we could be doing more. It's like, all right, fuck off, Beast Boy. What does Beast Boy want to do that's more? Well, they saved a lot of trees from getting cut down and like the rainforest from being destroyed.
Yeah.
Beast Boy wants to plant like 100,000 trees. Is he a fucking YouTuber? Like, who cares? I'm just like, I want the Titans to replant what was lost and more. And then everyone's like, oh, that's a great idea, Beast Boy. And then Wally's like, oh yeah, I know a guy who could do that fast. Yeah, who fucking cares?
You could do these stories and still have it good. You just have to have like a conflict. You brought up Avengers, and Avengers is a story where Kang's just like, here's 100 people that are gonna die tomorrow.
Right, go save them. Yes.
And some of them are just like, oh, this guy fell asleep when driving on the road. And what happens? It's just like, it's 4 pages of the story, and it's Sam Wilson being like, I'm gonna take over, let's drive, and they start talking to become friends, and then he sleeps. That is good. It's a boring
Right.
thing. It's just Sam Wilson driving a semi truck, but it's good.
Right. And I get that every issue can't be like, crazy action, like life and death, but planting trees.
You paid money
And
to
listen,
watch.
I'm all for planting trees. That's great. That's fantastic. Don't view this as like I hate fucking planting trees. That's fine, but like I don't want to read about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially when
oh
you're
wow,
paid
it's
for
like
like
I
a
remember watching the
comic
Teen
book.
Titans when I was a kid. I wonder what they're up to in comics. Oh, they're planting trees.
Yeah, cool. Honestly,
Like,
if you just told me that there was a comic out there where people are planting trees and you didn't tell me anything else, I'd be like, that's a Tom Taylor book. Like, I would. He likes that kind of stuff, and I get why, but you're writing about superheroes.
I can't do it. Anyway, Linda Park appears and she's just like, hey, I want you to, because Wally is technically dead. Like he's gonna die in 24 hours because they found like his future body. So they need to
What?
Yeah, that was in like the first issue. Like remember, like there was the Wally West body, like that was
Oh,
shot.
right, yeah.
So it's like, hey, in the future you're gonna get shot, so we need to figure this out. We're like on a timetable. Yeah, somehow that's the B plot to planting trees.
That's
Anyway,
interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting.
so Linda's like, hey, we should go off together. Like, you need to be in like, because Wally's like, I want to be part of the action. Like, I don't want to let the team down. And they're all like, dude, chill out. We need to figure out how you're gonna die.
Yeah,
So
maybe don't go out there.
I don't know if you remember from the last issue, because we did show it on the podcast, but Garth had like that like weird plant thing inside his mouth.
Yeah, you remember you told me.
Like he got infected with that. So
Yeah.
when he gets to Titan's Tower, the Titans are off with their tree plot, and only Linda's there, like waiting for Wally to get back. And she's like, oh, Garth, like it's so good to see you. Like you're always a Titan. So then she's like, Garth's like, oh, where's everybody? And Linda's like, oh, they're out. And he's like, oh, he goes, we're alone? Good. And then he like opens up his mouth and Linda gets infected.
What?
Yeah, that's this is your A plot right here. This is the A plot.
Yeah. All right.
So anyway, like the next page, the Titans get back while Wally and Dick get back. And they're like, oh, Linda, Garth, it's so great to see you. Like, I hope everything's well. And they decide that Linda and Wally are gonna go off and like on their own. So they're gonna go off to the Titans trophy room. And Wally thinks that the Titans trophy room is inside the tower. And I actually kind of like this. Cyborg's like, no, why would we put the trophy room inside like our headquarters? Like that's just he's like, have we learned nothing from the Watchtower and from Just League headquarters? Like that just makes you a bigger target.
Yeah.
So he's like, you got to go through a boom tube to get to it. So him and Linda are gonna go off through a boom tube, and he says like, it doesn't get safer than this. And Linda gives that menacing look. So
yeah,
that's how the issue ends. I read this issue in like 2 minutes. Like I paid $4, but I read it like that.
Oh, I mean, sometimes
more
that
content.
happens. I mean, like sometimes when I read like World's Finest this week, it is a quick read, but at the same time, I was like, just that grave scene. I was like, Peacemaker, and I spent like a long time on that. Like sometimes you just appreciate the art, but
yeah. But I'll always read it because it's Nightwing and Flash. It's not great.
So
There's some moments, but it's not great. But I have also read, I think, I could be wrong here, but I think I've read every appearance of Linda Park like ever. I was looking at her on Comic Geeks, and I mean those aren't always 100% logged of like what they're in.
Yeah.
But I looked through her appearances and I've read every single one of them. So
damn, all right.
I am History of the Linda Park. Yes.
Yeah, you change your name.
But so I have to read Titans, I guess.
That sucks because you're going to be reminded for that for like 20 years from now. It'll be like, oh, I'm not reading many comics anymore. But Linda Park appeared in this like issue of Green Arrow.
The Linda Park miniseries where it's her, Lois Lane, and Iris West reporting on things in the DC universe. That would kind of go hard.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
It's just all reporter girlfriends.
make it like a comedy, and that could work.
It's their perspective of the DC universe.
Yeah,
like the Flash runs in and he's like, all right, babe, gotta go.
She's all like, the reporter characters, so it's those three, and then you have like Clark Kent, not Superman, just Clark following along.
Superman, but just the Clark Kent stuff.
But have like say like Iris or Linda,
Jimmy Olsen. I don't know. You could do like all the news people.
That'll be fun, actually. You have like Linda, for example. Maybe she doesn't know that Clark is Superman, so Clark has to act like very clumsy around her,
right?
And then she leaves the room. He's like, oh, okay, like straightens his back a bit.
Yeah.
Gold
go.
DC. There you go.
That might be a
DC.
pitch to DC. That might
Yeah,
be a.
there you go. That could work. Make it a comedy series. Make it like
All this time I wanted to write the Flash, but I was meant to write Linda Park.
There's that Eisner series, the Jimmy Olsen, like My Adventures with Jimmy Olsen or something like that.
Yeah.
From a few years ago. That was a comedy. Do something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
with the reporter characters. That'd be great.
That's a good pitch.
There you
My
go.
last book is Jay Garrick Flash. It's by Jeremy Adams.
Oh yeah.
This one, I don't really know what to think. So it's Jay with his daughter, who's named Boom. I admittedly didn't finish Star Girl. I had Star Wars in the mind. I was watching Ahsoka before. I had Star Wars in the mind.
Hey, you started.
But I didn't finish Star Girl and the Lost Children, which is where Judy Garrick comes from. So I don't know the full story of why she's here now.
You don't have her first appearance.
I own the issue. I just haven't read it.
Oh, okay. So you do. Okay.
Yeah. I'm an idiot. But anyway, it's like set. We start in like 1963, and it's Jay and Judy teaming up, and they're like stopping it's like a 60s Silver Age crime. Like there's a bunch of dynamite on like a dam, and they're just trying to get the dynamite. And of course, Joan Garrick is the one kidnapped in there.
Is she tied
so that's
to
what they're
the
stopping.
tracks?
So it's very like Silver Agey.
Yeah.
So they get in and they go to they run in, and when they run in, only Jay's there, and he's the only one that saves Joan. And Joan's like, "Oh, where's Judy?" And Jay's like, "Judy? Who's that?" And Joan's like, our daughter." And he goes, "Oh, he's like, you must have had a really big fall. We can't have kids." So that's how that part ends. And then we go to the present day, and it's Joan meeting Judy again. And she's like, "Judy, is that really you?" And she's like, "Mom," because now Judy's still a kid, but in the modern age, because she was lost. So I got to read Stargirl and the Lost Children to catch up to understand the full story there. But basically, Judy's now in the modern age, and like she sees what her childhood room looked like Bart took over, so it's like all messy. So she gets to see like that's what it was when she was a kid, and that's what it's like when Bart took over.
That's fun.
But
I like that.
She doesn't know anything about when she got lost, when she got iced or whatever. It was only her and Jay. So then she sees the photograph, and it's the entire Flash family.
Oh,
and she's basically just like, "Oh my god, like what happened?
Yeah,
who are these people?"
It's the Flash of China.
Yeah, Avery Ho's in there. That one's wearing purple.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting that is this another Speed Force thing, or I think it'd be cool if it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think it was lost to the Speed Force. I think it's like all these Golden Age sidekicks were forgotten. That was like the Jeff Johns story, the new Golden Age,
right?
That probably won't go anywhere because of Ghost Machine.
Yeah,
but this is because I was like, Jay having a daughter like that completely undermines so many stories.
Mm-hmm.
But so this is interesting. So she's kind of like feeling bummed out because she's girl at a time, right? Which is always a good story.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, all right, why don't you just chill in the room? We're gonna make dinner. And then she immediately runs off to go stop like some crime. There's like a bank robbery happening. And Jay notices that she's gone, and he goes and helps out, so they stop the crime together. But then Joan's like, "What are you doing out there? Like, you just got back. Like chill out."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, but we have to stop crime. Like I'm the Boom, remember?" And she's like, "There was nobody more dangerous than our arch nemesis, Dr. Elemental." And then Jay and Joan immediately go, "Who?" And she's
I was
like,
gonna say, I don't know the name.
She goes, "Dr. Elemental, our arch nemesis. That's the guy that we fought when I disappeared. How do you not remember?" She's like, "The mask." And then they kind of remember the mask. And he says, like, we don't remember, when you vanished, because we don't even remember you existing. So
yeah,
then they kind of go back to that moment. And when she disappeared, it was Dr. Elemental who like made her disappear. Like she got to Joan Garrick first, and then when Jay came later, Elemental had already made her disappear. So when Jay gets there, so she fades away, right? And then immediately it's gone from Joan's memory. So then when Jay gets there, he's like, what daughter? So it was this guy who made him disappear. So it's almost like a forgotten villain. So there's interesting threads there. It's a 6-issue mini. I'm curious to see where it goes. It was a good first issue, a good setup issue.
6 issues is a lot too, so that is good. It seems like it's more like the Jay daughter
there would be an interesting story. It would be the darker route to take, but it'd be very interesting if they went with the Judy ends up lost to time forever, like where to the point where Jay and Joan, like she has her impact. They stop Dr. Elemental, but then she still fades away. Like she was never meant to exist. It would definitely be the darker turn. But I think that would be like a very, because you know my complaint is that we have too many speedsters anyway.
Yeah. Do we need another?
That would be very, I think there's a good story to be told. Now I don't know if Jeremy Adams is going to tell that dark story, because I think that is a dark place to go with it.
Yeah.
But I would be interested.
I mean, he did deal with the his Flash story where Barry was in that like timeline where it was all fake. Remember? Right. So he's dealt with like false realities before.
Right. And obviously he did some Heroes in Crisis stuff. So like posts. So I'm curious to see where it goes, especially now that we know the new Golden Age is not going to go anywhere with Jeff Johns being gone.
Yeah.
Maybe they've told him like, hey, this isn't going in, like this isn't going to wrap in anything into the current comics. So you kind of have free range.
Man. Because do we need another speedster? Another young speedster.
If the story ended with her disappearing, like I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
And it could be like Jay and Joan get the kid that they always wanted, but in a different kind of way,
Then you lose her right away.
And it's kind of what they always need, like they'll always kind of mourn their lost child. Because like in the early comics or in like the 80s, 90s, like I think Joan had miscarriages. So it's almost like, you kind of had that time with a kid that's just not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could potentially be interesting. So
yeah,
I think there's a way they could do this where it's going to be good. We'll see if that's where it ends up going.
Because if it ends with just her being, hey, now we have another speedster.
Right, you're another speedster.
Yeah, it's going to be forgotten unless there's an event where all the speedsters had to team up.
Right, she'll appear in one splash page of like Flash has always worked together,
Yeah, it's all of them running together, but that's going to be it, really.
Yeah, so I think they have the potential to do something interesting. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, that is really good though. Like I like the story so far. I like the disappearing. I like that it's not Speed Force.
Well, and the disappearing was cool too, because like, obviously she did get to Joan first, and Joan did remember her, and then all of a sudden Jay was like, no, we don't have a daughter. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So Jay's a gaslighter?
He just manipulates her.
We don't have a daughter. What are you talking about?
Because if I was told, hey, you have to make Jay have a daughter, I would just do like what Wally has with Jai, where it's like different powers. Don't make another speedster. Do something else.
Right.
Because then you still have this legacy character of this, like the original Flash here, but she's not another speedster. Because even it's like, oh, but she's a female speedster. But we have Jesse and we have Irie and
Avery and
Avery. So we have a lot of
right. Like Avery Ho, you basically don't use, right? She was in a few arcs of Williamson. And I mean, I guess she's going to be in this new Speed Force book, but other than that, hasn't been in like anything.
Yeah,
and has been around since her first appearance was 2016. So she's been around almost, coming up on 8 years here. And
she was in not much Superman of China, but that only lasted about 21 issues.
Right. So it's a character who's kind of been relegated to, forgottenness. So that's what I fear Judy Garrick would become.
Yeah.
So,
but even Superman of China, which I thought was a great idea, and the Justice League of China, where there's a Superman, a Batman, a Wonder Woman, an Aquaman, and a Flash, being Avery. Batman was in the new Batman Incorporated, and Wonder Woman, Aquaman haven't appeared at all
in anything.
Yeah. So it's like these characters have gone. Even Superman of China, he was in Superman this week, but you were surprised to see him because he's
I haven't seen him in feels like forever.
Yeah, I thought he was a good character, but no one wants to write him. Williamson, I guess. So but I guess that's all the comics.
That's all the comics. It was a big comic week. I haven't had 6 in a while.
We haven't talked about comics in forever.
Yeah,
especially you were here last week with Harper, but the week before that we didn't talk comics.
Yeah, I made him read Green Lantern because it had Flash in it. But
I'm glad you did.
That issue was really good. I don't know if you you're not reading Green Lantern, right? Oh, you are?
I am. Yeah, of course.
I liked it. I thought it was very classic.
I thought it was good too. Yeah, I like those.
Like when they were just sitting talking, like that was the best part to me.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, I'm reading Green Lantern.
I didn't know if you were reading it or not.
Jeff Johns' Green Lantern made me think Green Lantern's one of the best DC characters in general. Hal Jordan.
He is. He is.
Hal Jordan in general. He's like top 3 for me for DC. I
Yeah.
don't know if it'd be in general, but yeah. Thanks for listening. Like we said at the start of this episode, don't know what's happening next week. Probably Halloween.
We
a
shall
Halloween
see.
episode. Maybe 250. That would be awesome. But it is like we're kind of waiting on something to arrive for that.
Right.
I do appreciate everyone trying to predict what it is on last week's episode Commons, and we are not getting together. A lot of people seem to think that. One day
We're all flying to Hunter's house to go play D&D in person.
that would be. I would love that.
I know you
guys
would love
need.
that.
You need hotels.
We're all having like a
probably.
sleepover. Me, Harper, and Tyler in like sleeping bags on your floor.
Yeah, specifically this room. You're gonna be sleeping like right there. You guys can all.
The only one who would fit like fine is Harper because he's tiny. The rest of us would like, our legs would be hitting the
I have see that red thing right there. That's a little box that my cat goes in. Harper could sleep in that.
Harper would sleep in there.
Just
right?
fit in there. That's about it though. But yeah, thanks for listening. Stay tuned to our Instagram at a hero story because we'll be announcing on there what the heck's happening next week.
What's going on next?
It's either 250 or Halloween, probably between those two. But yeah, for you want to do the outro?
I don't. Bye.
Oh, okay. Bye. Oh, I hit the stop on the other thing. Whoops.
Terrible.
I know.
Terrible.